First century. Yeah, I'm going insane, or I'm almost out of Valum over here. Yeah, it sounds like something he would say. Okay, now I got some questions in the chat here already. Why is Cthulhu crying? What happened to him?
Oh, it's the cry of Cthulhu. Okay. Gosh, you're gonna want me to give away some of the story. I've created
Wow,
one
that's
of my
kind of what I do
own.
here.
I created one of my own Lovecraftian demons by the name of Yoth Notep. Okay, who in ancient translations sometimes was mistaken for Yog Sothoth. So Yoth Notep is imprisoned beneath the bowels of the earth, and if he escapes, he will cry out to the heavens, to the multidimensional plane, opening a doorway from between our world and another, allowing Cthulhu and his horde and his minions to enter.
So in your stories, Cthulhu's not here yet, but he could be here.
Well, I play just a little bit different angle. If you're familiar with R'lyeh,
Yeah, the ancient
Ye is
city
supposed to be beneath the sea,
yeah, in the depths.
where dead Cthulhu is dreaming. Okay.
Yes. Now, is he really dead
story,
though? Is Cthulhu in that mythos really dead, or is he just slumbering?
It's a conundrum, because how can he be dead but he's still waiting? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. But he's an alternate being. He's not a being of this earth. So
Right.
those things can change. My version of it is that the fable or the legend of R'lyeh has been misconstrued over the years, and it's actually an alternate dimension.
I like that. I like that. See, this is why Lovecraftian fiction is still relevant. I know a lot of people are mining Lovecraftian stuff for content. It sells well, but it's like, when does it ever get tired? You take it, you add an interesting spin to it. This is that interesting spin. Okay, I like that.
Well, I always tell people that my characters write the story, and the basic premise of the Cry of Cthulhu is about a shell-shocked Vietnam vet and his wife that move into a old house in the Black Forest of Germany, and they soon discover that the previous tenant, who was a sorcerer, died in the middle of his incantation, leaving a doorway open just ever so slightly between our world and another.
See, and that's what I think it was, that sort of delivery of the story, which really reminded me of something I would read in Lovecraft. It kind of reminded me of a little bit of Rats in the Walls, because it was like, there's this new house, but of course, Rats in the Walls, it was an old house that he just inherited. But wait, the same thing though, right? Didn't they inherit that house? They kind of moved to that place. Anyway, but they go to that place and it has some other things to it. Of course, Rats in the Walls, it was like this thing beneath it. It was crazy. And then here's it's like there's a doorway and it can take you to see things. Pretty cool. Now,
Well, thank you.
Hey, no problem. Now, I will say, what has the feedback been like on Cry of I can't even speak right now. Cry of Cthulhu. It's like,
Well, that's the
it's like
other thing,
Cthulhu
too.
stopping me from saying it. Don't
There's
say my
probably
name.
a half a dozen different pronunciations. In fact, Lovecraft, when he was alive, he wrote over 100,000 letters in his lifetime. One time he wrote it, and I think it was to August Derleth, who later founded Arkham House Publishers. I think he wrote it as Thooloo. But in another letter, I believe it was to Frank Belknap Long, he wrote K.A. Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
Yeah, Cthulhu. And Cthulhu seems to be the most accepted or popular pronunciation, but I've heard Cthulhu, Cthulhu. In Canada, a lot of people say Cthulhu in Canada. So,
and that's part of the thing, though. You're not supposed to be able to pronounce it. It's a name that's supposed to not really be pronounceable, right? Isn't that
that's
kind of
correct.
the gist of it?
Yes.
especially the language. In fact, as much as I love reading Lovecraft stuff, whenever Cthulhu is supposed to be talking, or when they have the ancient tongue, I'm like, I have no idea what's going on.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
I'm not even trying to pronounce it.
Like Fatang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Fatang's a good answer. You can, are you going to the grocery store? Fatang. Yeah.
Fatang.
What time are you going to bed? Fatang. It works anytime you use it. Doesn't matter. So.
It sounds like you use it
considered
as a
one word poem, if you can think of that, if you can fathom that.
Fatang. You could turn that into an insult. Fatang, you.
I think that would be a good rock song myself. Fatang.
Fatang. It would be. That'd be like a party metal song or something. I don't know. It'd be pretty cool. Fatang. Anyway, so what is there something behind Cry of Cthulhu? Like why this story?